Welcome back to the channel, my YouTube family. This is Brother Toby coming at you guys with a new video. I'm going to do my best to go ahead and produce one video once a week at least. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. See, my allergies kind of kicking in, so if I look drowsy, it's because my allergies kicking in. So, yeah, so consider subscribing to the channel. Go ahead and hit the notification bell. That way, every time I go live or make a video, you guys are always in the loop. And so I'll make a quick video. Looking at some stuff on TV recently. It's one thing I want to discuss. It's about calling out abusers. Okay, we live in a society in which it is more popular to be quiet about serial matters. I looked at things such as, sexual abuse in the church, people being, raped and molested, and all kinds of godless things. And people normally wait years and years and years. And so I understand that in a sense because certain things like that requires a certain amount of strength in order to, vocally speak out on that. You see what I'm saying? But also, my issue is this because, as I've learned in my own life, the type of abuse that takes the longest time to heal from is mental abuse. It's not the physical. Yeah, you get wounded. You go to the doc patch you up to get medicine, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. You get surgery, whatever. I have a few surgeries in my life. And, boom, I eventually healed up. So I may have scars, whatever. Scars always tell a story. You know what I mean? And so at the end of the day, when it comes to, sexual abuse and things of that nature, from most of the time, it comes from people that are close to us. Whether it be family member, mom or dad, or uncle, auntie, whomever. You know what I'm saying? Listen, here's what I want to say in this video because I'm not trying to make this a super long video, but here's what I want to say. Okay, for those who are victims of abuse, I respect you for speaking out and vocalizing, your pain because it's very hard. It's very tough nowadays. It's like, again, people in this generation, they're more, I would say, prone to like hide stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, no, why would you not speak out, vocalize that idea or that thought? It's beyond me. Like, if I knew somebody was a bad business person, if they were not, honest, I would tell everybody, hey, don't go to this physician. They practice malpractice, if that makes sense. Hey, don't go to that barber. He or she's terrible. Don't go to that cosmetician. She rips people off. I will vocalize that. And so what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, when it comes to abusers, listen, like, respect people's boundaries, respect people's bodies. Especially when it comes to us as men, I hold men to higher esteem. If a girl is telling you no, respect it. Don't get in your pride. Don't get in your ego. Be like, well, man, she was giving me this. No. At the end of the day, if she says no, then she says no. Just walk away. Chalk it up. Walk away. And then, be wise. Because what happens is, if she tells you no, and you still want to feed your ego, and then now you got a charge, on your hands, and that's stupid. When you could have easily avoided the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I will say is this, because sometimes certain women, they know also that the law is on their side, and they will lie, on their, they'll lie to keep themselves out of certain troubles or legalities or whatnot, and then the man who's innocent does all this time in jail, has a charge that will never be expunged from his record, and now all of a sudden it's like, out of nowhere, oh, I lied, by the way. So you waste this guy's whole life over a lie because he didn't want to give you the time of day. And so I believe that, you know, women who does that type of thing, they should be punished as well. But as far as like, you know, victims speaking out about abuse, and here's the main point here that I want to get back to. Anytime, I always will honor a person who speaks out about their abuse, always, because it's very hard to speak about a painful experience. A lot of people, they don't understand that when it comes to people who are abused, there's PTSD that goes with that. Even in the military, like I'm in the military still, and so a lot of veterans have PTSDs from being in war. Sleeping patterns. You know, my sleeping pattern has not been a-okay at times. Sometimes I sleep good at night, sometimes I don't. So I wake up thinking that, okay, I got to respond to a certain situation type deal. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that veterans go through, and I empathize with veterans, especially through people, men and women who are prior service. You know, so again, when it comes to abuse, there's a lot of PTSD that goes along with that, right? You know, certain clothes, certain scents, that's all triggers for victims of abuse. And so again, I want to, you know, try, you know, keep it all, you know, inclusive here. When it comes to abuse, stop protecting the violators. They committed a crime. You know, at the end of the day, like when it came to R. Kelly, you know, individuals like him, he had help. And so it's like, why are we, you know, why are people like helping this man like prey upon young girls and all this other stuff? Like, that's just not cool. Now, granted, his situation is a little different, but some parents actually, you know, because they knew he was a millionaire, and so some of them kind of like gave their daughters to that type of deal. But it's like, no, at the end of the day, dude, you're a creep, and now these young women have all kinds of like things going on in their life. They have their own form of PTSD. Rape is not cool. Having your innocence taken from you is not cool at all because of a person's brokenness. And sometimes that's what it stems from. And what I will say is that for the victims of abuse, get help and be vocal about your abuse. Point blank, period. I have no sympathy or remorse for people who are abusers of people's, you know, human rights. There's no empathy for that. You won't get that from me at all. You know, if you're a dog, you're a creep. No, in the day, no, because I have a daughter, I have a son. Because males be abused, males can get abused as well. Granted, and another point I want to hinge on is that because sometimes people commit suicide. Suicide is a temporary answer, long-term answer for a temporary problem. But maybe it's because people can't cope with certain things. You see what I'm saying? And so, furthermore, what I want to say is that for the victims of abuse, I honor you. I pray for you. I pray that God will heal you and you get the therapy that you needed, because that's something else that I've learned in my life because of things that I've recently gone through. I had to get therapy. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I love Jesus. My name's already written in the Lamb's Book of Life in heaven. So when I die, I'm going to heaven. I'm good for eternity. I'm all right. But while I'm here on earth, I have a responsibility to teach people and to show people this, that, and third about the Lord Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So in a day, with that being said, get therapy, man. Get help. Speak about it. Process your emotions. And that's another thing I want to hinge on, is that people think that, you know, you're a Christian, and even if you're not a Christian, people think, oh, you're a Christian, you can't get mad. Like, what? Please, man. Jesus got mad and made a whip and chased thieves and robbers out of the church. So the Bible says, anger, yes, but sin not. You know, because when we rage, we tend to sin. So self-control is very, very important. You know what I'm saying, in our community, because people they're not going to remember, you know, what was done. They remember what you did after the fact. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, get therapy, man. Get help. It's okay to talk to somebody who's a trusted individual. Have a core group of people that you could be yourself to. Jesus had told disciples, but he was very intimate and close with three people. That was Peter, John, and James. And on the Mount of Transfiguration, Jesus revealed his eternal self on heaven, and this is where Moses and Elijah the prophet came to him. And they saw that, and Jesus told them, "Hey, don't tell nobody about this," because Jesus looked just like me on earth. You know what I'm saying, or like a regular person. But it was when he spoke, people knew that he wasn't out of this world. You know what I'm saying? So faith without works is dead. Get the help that you need. Get medication. If you need medication, okay, get medication. There's nothing wrong with medicine. Paul had a physician. Luke was a first century historian, but he's also Paul's physician. When Paul was beaten, bruised, and boom, there's common sense there. There's wisdom there. There's wounds. I've been, again, at the end of the day, every wound that you come across in your life, there's a wisdom that comes along with the wound. I've been wounded many times by many people, but now those wounds have become my wisdom, and here I am sharing these gems with you guys. So, at the end of the day, what I want to say is, to the people who are victims of abuse, speak out on your abuse. Teach other people, because people need to know what your story is. People need to know your testimony. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I would rather spend time talking to somebody who's been through some stuff than someone who's never been through anything in life. I'm gonna garner more wisdom from a person who's actually been through some things in life. You see what I'm saying? So, in the day, call out the abusers. They need to be held accountable from that period. And so there's a wisdom in that as well. Don't protect the abusers. Who cares about their legacy? Who cares about their jobs? They should have thought about these things before they committed a sin, because they offended somebody by stealing someone's rights as a human being. So that's the video for today. Love you guys. Brother Toby out. Peace. God bless.